So this is the story of how I just went from being an average guy to being the paintball YouTuber that I am today, and kind of how I got there. Now, when I started playing paintball, I didn't expect it to go anywhere or do anything. To be honest, I just like shooting my friends.
There you go.
But equally so, my friends like to shoot me on occasion.
Hey, yeah. What the hell?
Again. And again. And again.
Why did you shoot me? Sorry, man. What the hell was that? I'm in yellow armbands.
And again.
One of you is gonna die. Slow and painless.
So in today's video, I thought I'd take you back down memory lane as we look at all the journeys I've gone and all the people I've encountered. And our journey starts back in 2014, in the highlight of my paintball days, back with Scott at my hand, and we explored the local sites such as Delta Force, meeting all the women naturally. And also we were looking at the games themselves. You know, we want to see what paintball was actually like and how it was going to be. So of course, we started going to a few events here and there just to wet the whistle a bit, and we also decided to don some sprightly coloured clothing, and by that I mean this horrific multicam colour. I mean, seriously, look at it. I look dreadful. But at the time I didn't care, because I wanted to look like a badass running with dual pistols and not at all looking like a slightly overweight guy with pistols. Needless to say, our outfits have changed a lot since we first started. And this of course would eventually lead to the point where we started to attend our first big games, the first of which was Marines vs Predator. This was actually held at a site called Blindfire Paintball, and as you can see by these horrendous photos, we've changed quite a lot, including Mr. Yellow Guy, which was first attended here. And as you can tell, we didn't really know him yet.
Hi, how are you?
Fast forward to a year or so later, and obviously I started attending more events, I started recording more, and this is where I also bumped into some other friends of mine like Drogner. So eventually it got to a point where Scott, Sam and myself had already formed a team called the Vanguards with our own logo and everything else. And when we sort of met Yellow Guy and bits like that, we decided to kind of include a few more people, and the team slowly began to grow. From there, these merry band of morons soon grew in number, and before I knew what I was doing, we were surrounded by tons of people I didn't know, much of course to my discomfort.
Why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form?
All of which over the years have now turned into some of my closest friends and those who I wouldn't cherish or change for the world. Although Yellow Guy has changed quite a bit from his get-up that he used to have, and now recently he started wearing something a bit more fitting to his style and to his culture as well. In fact, I would probably argue that he's probably more yellow now than I've ever known him to be. I mean, look at that. I mean, there's no inch of him that isn't yellow. But oddly enough, I was never a fan of the colours for the team jerseys. Like, never a fan. I always wanted boring, dull and grey. And instead, I've got blue, blue, more blue, and in case you missed it, yeah, I'm covered in blue. So going back to the events then. So obviously we attended events over the years, you know, be some of them small, but we also wanted to attend more bigger ones and on a much more regular basis. So we started attending again events by a company called Urban Paintball. If I'm honest, this company kind of crashed and burned because the owner was a bit of a knob as well. He used to lie to the players, make up a ton of stuff, and ultimately he was, well, how do I put this?
He's an asshole.
But fear not, because there was one company to step up to the plate and provide us with paintball events we so desperately needed, and that was of course OMG Events. Now they provided us with a very unique set of paintball events that I'd never quite done before. I was so used to playing speedball, you know, with electrical markers, firing goodness knows how many balls per second, so switching up and playing to the more slower, mag-fed, you know, only 20 rounds, that sort of thing. It was quite a bit of a change for me, but I can safely say that over the years I soon was able to pick it up, and before I knew it, well, yeah, ooh, there goes another. Yep, I turned into quite the professional, naturally, and my teammates, of course, were very jealous of my newfound talents and newfound abilities, of course. But not only with my newfound abilities came newfound venues and events, such as the incredible venue that I got to attend, which was in Sweden of last year, at a game called Hell's Gate, which was actually in an old oil refinery, or a refinery of some sorts. Might not necessarily have been oil, but you can't admit it looked pretty damn amazing, to say the least. And for me, I think that kind of sums up paintball in a way. You know, paintball, airsoft, no matter what it is, let's face it, they're very similar with a lot of different things. But when it comes down to its core principle, it's mostly a bunch of dudes or dudettes, you know, we don't judge here, and they all just come together, they have a laugh, they have a play, they go on some crazy adventures, whether it's, you know, abroad, overseas, on an airplane, whatever. We have a laugh, we do some other stuff before. Yeah, I don't quite know why we decided to sing ABBA and that, don't blame us. But anyway, the point of the matter is, the trip was amazing, and we got to meet all these amazing players and play this incredible game because of this events company. So, yeah, massive shout out in my books. Also, throughout the years, we've had other people join, such as Dr. Rush, aka Richard. He joined us as a very shy individual who didn't really know a lot of English, but has become quite the linguist over the years, thanks to yours truly, of course.
Allow me to explain.
And now the little rapscallion can't leave us alone and sports a lovely jersey and adores us. In addition to Dr. Rush, we've encountered a few other people over the years from various European countries, the good, the bad, and, well, the damn right, well, special.
We will do fun attempt.
But I love all of them to bits, and I wouldn't really change them for the world. Well, maybe except that one. But one of these players that I bumped into, some of you will know him as the Hidden Hedgehog. I, however, know him as a Now, our relationship has always been one of whimsical banter and joy and some slight sexual tension, but no need to go into that. He was a guy who, when I first met, if I'm honest, I kind of thought he was a bit of a knob. But over the years, he won me over with his set of skills. And now I've come to love that scrappy little lad, even if sometimes I have to assert my dominance. But joking aside, he has had his uses, and when it comes to games, it's always handy to have him on your team than against you.
Oh my god!
Another few snipers we've had along the way include the likes of Tulu, aka the Polish sniper, or the man with the incredibly sore bottom.
Oh! What the f***?
Furthermore, we also had Ranger Shawcross join the team, aka Alex. He joined us earlier this year and he became the Brown Vanguard because, well, he's shit. But despite his mental capabilities, he did bring something to the team. And not just his love for men. For men. No, instead he brought his love of all things explosives in the form of a grenade launcher. So I guess all things considered, he does have his uses, even if it's very minor. So that's pretty much all the guys and girls that you see and hear on most of my videos. I guess for me, I started making them back in 2016 was the time I uploaded my first video, and needless to say, it was a bit random. But having taken inspiration from other YouTubers and other content out there, I figured I would try to make paintball videos ever so slightly different. Flash forward to 2019 in July, and all of a sudden one of my videos took particular interest and just skyrocketed. And from there, I kind of amassed a bit of a following. So something that became a hobby after a bad breakup has now led it to being my full-time job, which, it's a bit crazy when you think about it, but you know what, I kind of wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, now I get to do stuff like this.
Yeah, baby!
And yet somehow call it work. In the upcoming years, I don't know quite where my paintball journey or story will take me, but hopefully as long as I can do more stuff like this and spend more time with these guys, it's going to be a laugh. So this has kind of been a wacky video about my paintball journey so far, and a little bit of an introduction about some of the people that you would have seen in a load of my videos. Hopefully you would have enjoyed this video and learned a tiny bit more about me, and also some of the crazy people that follow me around. So thank you all for being the strongest individuals on YouTube, and as ever, I will see you all in the next video. Take care.